I don't have to tell you about storm season, and I don't have to tell you how much you need a generator. I just need to remind you. Oh yeah. 409-292-5992. Generator Super Center of Beaumont. It is the generator that you want. You live in this region, you got it. Or you can get it all already. 409-292-5992. That's 292-5992. Do you prefer Earthborn Diamonds or Starborn Diamonds? Here's Brian Alter and Sarah from Alter's Gem Jewelry. Earthborn Diamonds for over 2,000 in the fiery heart of the earth. Starborn Diamonds are created in an instant with the incredible flash of electricity inside the heart of a miniature star called a plasma chamber. Earthborn Diamonds are traditional, beautiful, and rare. Starborn Diamonds are futuristic, beautiful, and rare. Earthborn Diamonds speak to history and tradition. Starborn Diamonds speak to the thrill of modern discovery and possibility. At Alters, we proudly carry Earthborn Diamonds, like Hearts on Fire, and Starborn Diamonds, like our exclusive super manly diamonds. But no matter which diamond you choose, every diamond at Alters is correctly proportioned and cut to sparkle like it should. So which diamond speaks to you? Come to Alters and see them both, side by side, and find out at Alters Gem Jewelry on Dowling Road. Just look for the gigantic fountain. Hi, I'm Kyle at blinds.com. If you're like many people, you may think custom blinds is a job for expensive screwdriver. You can install our custom blinds and save big. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blinds.com.
Sir, you can get the right link for me.
Shop the workers anytime and anywhere at bmtx.com. Online, pick up or home delivery. It's fast, easy, and convenient. Everything over here. Don't forget to market that.
turns out to be completely false and not true in the lead up to an election because Tony, Wink, and Blinken organized them to do so in unison. If that's not election interference, I don't know what is. And I think that should be disqualifying in terms of a security clearance and frankly, much more. I mean, if you're going to create such a deception to the American people and uproot a presidential election that way and try and impact it with a lie that way, I think there should be some consequences for that. My own personal view.
Yeah, well, mine too, but the thing that I keep running into is they don't clarify. As long as they're part of the government in some capacity, I guess they could work for Northrop or something like that, that they have security clearance. And I've been trying to find out whether Trump will be able to do that. And day one, strip him of it.
I think that the odds would probably be pretty high. I mean, there was a big article that came out how the left is preparing to stop Donald Trump and use the courts and sue the administration and stop the entire Trump agenda. They're just going to try and harass him out of the box from day one, but I don't think it's going to stop him. You might recall he had a hard time getting the monies that would be necessary to build the border wall, and he figured out a way to get around it and do it legally, and lo and behold, his policies were effective. And I think that's why, I'm looking at some of these polls and I see there's a disparity between how President Trump is doing versus how some of these Senate and congressional races are going. And my strong advice to anybody is don't send Donald Trump there alone. Elect as many Republicans in the House as possible. Give him the biggest majority you can in the Senate so that we could actually turn things around. And we can get rid of defund, dismantle, no bail laws. We can go back to the stay in Mexico policy. You can finish the wall. I mean, there's so much that needs to be done immigration-wise. He was talking yesterday about building, an iron dome, the likes of which this country and the world have never seen before to protect us against any future threat of any hostile regime. I like that idea a lot. I think it's smart. He's also been talking about restoring law and order and fixing Biden inflation, and also restoring America's place in the world, which is to be the leader of the free world and the leader of the cause for liberty and freedom around the world without getting, caught up in the quagmire of every foreign conflict. And he supports Israel's right to win their own war against radical Islamic terrorism. He believes that there can be, a better way than America fighting a proxy war against Russia and Putin the way that Joe Biden has been doing it with hundreds of billions of dollars. And I agree with him on all of these issues. So I think there's a lot that he can do. I hope that answers your question. Susan in Miami. What's up, Susan? How are you? WIOD. What's going on?
Hi, Sean. Welcome to Florida.
I love being in Florida. It's my new home. How are you?
I'm okay. Listen, I wanted to talk to you about how the media, because Trump certainly can't do it, and neither can his attorneys anymore with the gag order and the Lewis ruling, denying him, to be able to speak with this appellate court. It's outrageous. But anyway, they can't help themselves, in other words. So media the only one that's going to have to be able to come to their rescue, and that is, how can we bring some truthful evidence forward that didn't come out at the trial? Some of these witnesses that were not heard, Castellano got heard, but he got cut off.
Costello, yeah. Look, I think the American people have it. I mean, look, we've got a debate just coming up in 8 short days. We've got to focus on that first. Then there'll be the July 11th sentencing, and it's going to be what it's going to be. We have a abusively biased and prejudiced judge and a prosecutor. I mean, you have a first-time offender, a Class D felony, and it's going to be appealed. And, but would this judge be capable of putting him in jail? I think he probably would be. My guess is he'll sentence him to jail pending, an appeal. I do believe that these convictions will be overturned on appeal, but it's a shame that a case like this could ever be brought in a country like ours. It's awful.
Well, I mean, that's of these witnesses that were supposed to be witnesses that were good for Trump that never got to be heard.
No, I mean, Bob Costello has been all over Fox News. I had on the former FEC chair that was supposed to testify in the case, but the testimony was going to be so limited by this judge that, you know, it became pointless. We've already had him on, and he said no laws were broken. So, I mean, we've been trying to do all of that. I just think that the fact that the left and the media mob, can we what?
Yeah. Can we continue to have them on, you know, like, sort of like, you know, all about it's been forgotten about, dropped. Meantime, Biden is spending $50 million, you know, plastering all over the media that Trump is a convicted criminal. You know,
I'm not worried about this case having that big an impact or any impact at all on Donald Trump. I'm just not. I think the American people, and the polls bear this out, see this for what it is. That this was a sham trial, you know, an 8-year-old case, a simple non-disclosure agreement which is legal, that was labeled a legal expense and not even deducted from their taxes. It's a shame. I mean, this is what the weaponization of justice in America is. This is what a dual justice system looks like. This is what lawfare is. This is what Democrats have resorted to. They can't run on are you better off than you were 4 years ago? And they certainly don't like it if you dare to point out the obvious truth that Joe Biden is not strong enough. He's weak and frail and a cognitive mess and cannot do the job as president. So this is what they're stuck with. And I think these other cases, we'll find out very soon on whether on the immunity decision of the Supreme Court and what impact that has. That may actually, you know, that may destroy the Washington, D.C. case. The Bonnie Willis case is falling apart, and the case down in Florida is falling apart. This may be the only one left, and I am confident on appeal. I think Donald Trump, you're going to see a reversal. And hopefully Americans will see what we see, and they'll go out and vote for him. And early voting begins in Pennsylvania in 89 days. Pay attention. Anyway, I got to run, Susan. I appreciate you being out there. Appreciate your call. Thank you. 800-941-SEAN, New Jersey. Tom, next. Sean Hannity Show. Hi.
How you doing, Sean? Thanks for taking my call. The reason I'm calling is that I just can't understand why Trump is hated so much. I was listening to WOR yesterday morning, and Joe Concha called into the morning's radio show, and they were discussing Trump, and all of a sudden, I think it was Len got so upset, he was incensed, and no matter what Joe came back and answered what Len was saying, it just got so heated. I don't understand that. I really don't.
Well, the good news is Joe Concha is more than capable of handling himself. Number two, poor Len Berman, I don't know. I mean, his land's pretty solidly left. He's a nice person in real life. But then you got Mark Simone to kind of counter everything that maybe Len said in the morning right afterwards. So you're getting a variety of opinions there, okay?
Oh, you do. I mean, when I come across it myself in my personal life, I choose not to argue because I just don't feel like getting aggravated about it. I really don't. And, you know, I'm sorry that these people are not as informed as they should be. And I, you know, just can't...
Listen, there are some people that just hate Trump, it's psychotic, and, you know, now they're taking it, he's going to put us in camps and in prisons and take away our TV shows and silence us, and I mean, they're just unhinged. You can't have a real conversation with those people. You just can't. And if you think you're going to convince them to change their mind, you know, don't waste your breath. However, there are many Americans that will have an open mind. You know, since the terror attacks on October the 7th, anti-Semitism, look what's happening in the halls of Congress, college campuses around the country. It's awful. But it's Europe as well. Also places like Australia. And by the way, it's happening all over the world. We have proudly partnered with the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, and we're simply asking that if you can, please join us and take a stand when it matters. Now it matters. Never again is right now, unfortunately. And anyway, we fellowship of Christians and Jews. Let the people in Israel know that they are not alone in this. Anyway, you can sign their pledge. Go to their website. It's one word, supportifcj.org. That's one word, supportifcj.org. Sign this today. Show your support. Stand for what's right. Let your voice be heard. That's supportifcj.org.
King Ted Koppel says Sean Hannity is bad for America. Sean Hannity. News Talk 560 KLBI. Depend on us. Kick off your summer with a brand new Jeep and a cooler filled with cash at the big $100,000 Summertime Jeep Giveaway this Saturday at Coshada Casino Resort. The drawings start at 6 p.m. and every hour, 3 lucky winners choose a gas pump from the game board for their chance to win up to $10,000 cash or 1 full year of free gasoline. Then at 11, it's a big grand prize drawing. 1 lucky winner is driving home in a brand new Jeep Wrangler Sahara with a K2 cooler filled with $6,000 cash. And it's easy to enter, too. You can start earning entries right now while playing your favorite slots or table games with your free Advantage Club card. Summer is here, and so is your chance to win a brand new Jeep and more at the $100,000 Summertime Jeep Giveaway this Saturday at Coshada, Louisiana's best. Hey guys, Donald Trump Jr. here. Let me ask you this. Does inflation feel worse than what we're being told in the news? That's because the official inflation rate doesn't tell the whole story. Since January 2021, the cost of living has increased by 17.9%. You can't get that money back, but what you can do is stop your losses today. How? By diversifying your savings into a gold IRA from my friends at Birch Gold Group. When you're done, your money will be parked in a tangible asset with a proven history. To see how it works, get your free info kit on gold IRAs by texting the word SECURE to 989898. I trust Birch Gold. They provide an easy process to roll over your 401k or IRA into gold without losing your tax advantage status. So text SECURE to 989898. That's SECURE to the number 989898 to get your free info kit on gold IRAs from Birch Gold. Message and rates may apply.
Are you buying or selling a property or undertaking a new construction project? Whether you're a homeowner, developer, or contractor, it's essential to know the precise boundaries and characteristics of your land. That's why Access Surveyors uses state-of-the-art technology like GPS, drones, and 3D laser scanners to provide accurate and reliable surveying services. We're here to help you execute your project on solid ground. Contact us today for a consultation and let us unlock the full potential of your land. That's Access Surveyors right here in Southeast Texas. 409-838-6322. Talk to you soon.
Homeowners, are you looking to convert your home equity into cash? EasyKnock is the lifeline you need. They can buy to high interest rate loans. Sell your house to EasyKnock for 100% fair market value and then rent it back. Getting the cash and flexibility you need. Whether you're paying off debt, funding your next move, or just need cash, EasyKnock can help. Go to EasyKnock.com today and start on your journey to financial freedom. Terms and conditions apply. EasyKnock sale leaseback products are not available in Massachusetts and select states and markets. Purchase price includes a mix of cash and an option. Are you not having as much fun this summer as you'd like because of joint pain? This is the best time to be outdoors. But not if your knees, shoulders, back, or hips are hurting. Shuffle up reminding you don't have to suffer any longer. Non-surgical joint pain relief here at QC Kinetics. Call them today, 409-206-5636. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. Talking lasting joint pain relief. No surgery. Who wants to go to the knife? Not me. No drugs. No downtime. The advanced treatments harness your body's ability to restore and repair damaged joint tissue. So you can walk, run, hike, fish, play golf, move around again pain-free. QC Kinetics is under the leadership of former orthopedic surgeon Dr. Michael Scheinfeld, a true pioneer in regenerative medicine. Reclaim your mobility. 409-206-5636. It is a free consultation. Will it work for you? You won't know if you don't call right now. 409-206-5636.
watching. Anyway, we'll check in with Dr. Ronnie Jackson, Senator Tim Scott, Victor Davis Hanson, Michael Waltz, Horace Cooper, Larry Kudlow, and Joe Concha, best media analyst out there. All coming up, 9 Eastern. We'll see you tonight. Set your DVR. Back here tomorrow. Thank you for making this show possible.
With the true story of how Selectquote goes to bat for you for buying term life insurance. A while back, a man called me who had prostate cancer. He asked if I could beat a very high rate he got from another agent. I got to work and found him a trusted carrier that offers $500,000 in coverage for $36 a month, which is way less than what he had been quoted elsewhere. When it comes to term life insurance, no company can match Selectquote's expertise in finding you the right policy at the right price.
You can save. Call 1-800-327-3366. That's 1-800-327-3366. 1-800-327-3366. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercial. Your premiums could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
News Talk 560 KLVI. Depend on us.
Elite Roofing Supply, 3087 College Beaumont. Let us supply you with good quality roofing materials as we've been doing for better than 40 years. Elite Roofing Supply, 449-ROOF. Let's talk about your 401k. You probably spend a lot of time worrying about it. You know, the growing debt and the contentious election just around the corner. What do? I want you to call Merit Advisory Partners at 212-9696. Find out about an in-service rollover that might help. It allows you to roll over your 401k even if you are still employed and secure it. The current market highs make it the perfect time. 212-9696. Remember, Merit Advisory Partners.
This is Nolan Ryan, coming to you from the AmericanStandardAir.com studio with News Talk 560 KLVI.
KLVI, Beaumont, and iHeart radio station. The exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Feeling the heat. I'm Lisa Laterra, Fox News. It's not officially summer yet, but from the Midwest up to Maine, it's feeling more like August, with the humidity making it feel like it's in the triple digits in some places. Fox Weather's Katie Bird is in Philadelphia.
The city just declared its first heat health emergency of the season. So that's going to go into effect tomorrow, but we know all of these hot days are not over just yet. We've still got these temperatures in the 90s expected through at least the weekend here in the Philly area. The heat wave impacting not only us, but millions in the Northeast and Midwest. It could break at least 200 heat records this week alone. People I'm talking to outside today say the heat hits you like a wall, and most I've spoken with here in Philly, though, say they're limiting their time outside and spending most of the day in air conditioning.
The dangerous temperatures expected to peak in eastern Great Lakes and New England tomorrow and Thursday, and in the Ohio Valley and Mid-Atlantic Friday and Saturday. Meanwhile, in the southwest Gulf, tropical storm Alberto was formed. It's the first named storm of the season. Fox Weather's Rob Graves in Corpus Christi, Texas.
These temperatures are in the mid-80s as far as the sea surface temperatures, and that causes the energy of these storms to just be significant and wide. Amazing how many coastal communities are being affected by this storm. And by the way, it just became a tropical storm this morning, and it is causing havoc as far as surge, rain, and wind all the way up and down from South Padre Island to here in Corpus Christi.
Storms moving west at 9 miles per hour. NOAA predicts the hurricane season, which began June 1st, is likely to be well above average. Texas Governor Greg Abbott has issued a disaster declaration for 51 counties due to the expected impact of Alberto. The entire country of Ecuador impacted by a blackout. That's according to the country's public works minister. America's listening to Fox News. I'm Dan Perino, co-host
of the pod and co-anchor of America's Newsroom. Join me for my brand new podcast, Perino on Politics. Listeners of Everything Will Be Okay will gravitate towards this podcast too. Every Monday, I'm going to talk to people I trust in politics as they tell me what they're seeing and thinking in the 2024 election cycle. As they prep me to cover the upcoming election, they'll prep you, the voters, too. Make sure you subscribe to this series on FoxNewsPodcast.com or wherever you download podcasts and leave a rating and review.
From the Fox News Podcast Network.
Hey there, it's me, Kennedy. Make sure you check out my podcast, Kennedy Saves the World. It is 5 days a week. Every week, we check in with Jimmy Salas, bring in authors for the book club, and even treat some of your favorite Fox personalities to a very special happy hour. Download and listen at FoxNewsPodcast.com or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast.
Kennedy Saves the World. America's listening to Fox News. From the Crown Electric authorized Generac generator dealer, Weather Center.
This report is sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Forecasting is gradually through the less shock activity by Thursday and Friday as weak high pressure builds in from the northeast. Look for low tonight in the upper 70s, near 80. Tomorrow's high, lower 90s. This is Greg Baldwin, your market fast weather forecast for your iHeartMedia radio station in Southeast Texas.
Stay prepared during hurricane season. Download the free Entergy app for the latest updates and safety information. Or visit EnergyStormCenter.com to stay informed before, during, and after the storm.
When everything's going great, we don't realize how vulnerable we are. When that power grid goes down, Generator Supercenter of Beaumont. 409-292-5992.
Hurricane season is here. Call 866-1233 to make sure your insurance is ready.
All the good stuff. Yeah. And keeps you on top of pop culture.
After being left off the network's fall schedule, longtime History Gunman will notice this from the CW. There will indeed be a 7th season of All-American and an 11th season for Penn and Teller Fool Us. Sports drama All-American debuted in 2018 to critical acclaim, and with the departure of most of the network's signature superhero shows, is the CW's most watched homegrown scripted show and #1 overall in the Advertiser Thought 18 to 49 demo. The network spokesperson also noted that it's the most watched series across all linear digital platforms, including Netflix, which streams both the show and its spin-off All-American Homecoming. Penn and Teller Fool Us, which originated in Great Britain, has been a staple of the CW's lineup since 2014, first in the summer and moving into the regular season in 2021. It's easily the network's most viewed unscripted show, both overall and in the 18 to 49 demo.
All right.
And that's what's poppin'. I'm Camp on iHeartRadio.
Jesse Waters makes the point that Joe is doing this now because his big pet donors are demanding.
When there's a major tragedy in the country, the president has a responsibility to address it and assure us he's taking steps so it never happens again. This week we found out a mother of 5 was murdered by one of Biden's migrants during an international crime spree. Her name was Rachel Morris. We'll say it, but the president won't. The White House put out a statement saying they send their condolences, but can't comment on active cases, unless it's Hunter Biden. Trump, on the other hand, confronted the issue head-on.
Another Biden migrant was arrested for the savage murder of an innocent American woman, Rachel Morin, 37 years old, mother of 5, beautiful woman, nice woman, everybody loved her. If I was president, he would never have been able to come in. He would have never been able to come in.
Instead of talking about Rachel and the threat of migrant crime, Biden chose today, of all days, to sign an executive order that helps illegals stay in the country. Amnesty and work visas for 500,000 migrants. If an illegal has been married to a citizen for a while, they're protected. Biden says he's keeping families together. But what about the American ones that were torn apart by migrant criminals? Where's the executive order protecting us? This doesn't even make sense politically. 60% of Americans want every single illegal alien deported. Most Hispanic Americans agree. So why is Joe Biden signing this now? Because he doesn't have a choice. It's what his donors want. Tech giants hire migrants from Asia to fill white-collar American jobs. Big tech thinks Trump's going to win in November and deport all of their workers. They needed an insurance policy. Zuckerberg and his buddies lobbied Biden to sign this executive order, and it worked. This isn't about compassion, it's all about money. Biden let it slip today, watch.
Why the action we're taking in
If you wonder about that, just ask business leaders, ask labor leaders, ask economists, ask elected officials. They know it's good for American business. They know it's good for the American economy. They know it's good for America, period.
Migrants help Biden cook the books for his phony jobs reports. If Jose from Guatemala gets hired, Biden says the economy's booming. It's also helping keep wages down because corporations pay illegals next to nothing, undercutting the American worker. Also doesn't hurt that migrants can use a loophole to get away with voting in our elections. It's illegal for migrants to vote, but if they say they thought they were allowed to vote, they can get off. In some states, all you need is an electric bill to register. A migrant can get their hands on that easily. So Democrats win, Biden's donors win, the migrants win, and you lose. Biden calls that the cost of doing business. They sell off our jobs to migrants for pennies on the dollar and let in violent criminals in the process. Then Biden's cronies tell us migrant crime isn't real.
This so-called migrant crime wave is just not happening. It's a lie. An NBC News analysis released just this week found that crime has actually dropped in the cities that receive the most migrants from the southern border.
Yeah, right. Migrant crime isn't real. It's everywhere. It doesn't matter how far you are from the border. In New York, a Biden migrant from Ecuador was just arrested for raping a little girl.
Terrifying situation involving that illegal immigrant from Ecuador and that 13-year-old girl. Now, police arrested him early this morning, and they say the 25-year-old man raped a 13-year-old girl in Casino Park in Fresh Meadows last week. The girl was with a 13-year-old boy playing in the park when the man approached them with a knife. Police also say he forced them into the woods where he tied them up, and that's when he sexually assaulted the young girl.
You call that person of interest? We should call him the devil.
The migrant was chased down by Good Samaritans. They roughed up the perv while he tried hiding under a car.
About 3 miles from the crime scene in Corona, residents there recognized him from the neighborhood. They say they all waited for him at this bodega on 108th Street where he often went before attacking him.
Boom. He comes. We caught him. Spot him, got him.
We just happened to see the suspect and we acted accordingly.
I need to do something because it's just not right. And I got 2 little sisters. I'm about to have a daughter. And that's just not right.
In Colorado, a migrant plowed his semi-truck into another driver. The man behind the wheel of this 18-wheeler that investigators say caused this crash near Conifer last week never should have been driving. Immigration and Customs Enforcement had ordered Ignacio Cruz Mendoza to leave the U.S. 16 times since 2002, 22 years ago. He was arrested again in Jefferson County for a number of charges, including not having a commercial driver's license. Investigators say Cruz Mendoza's truck